Welcome to my channel, KetoMealsAndRecipes.com. Today I'm going to show you my delicious and festive raspberry ice cream Swiss roll cake, which you can enjoy any time of the year. But I often make it, especially in the springtime and for Easter, because I love the pink color and it just tastes like spring to me. If you're wondering about the texture, this cake is made from a moist vanilla sheet pan cake recipe and my no machine ice cream infused with the wonderful taste of my seedless raspberry jam, which I think is a perfect pairing in my opinion. Although this raspberry ice cream Swiss roll cake looks complicated, I assure you it really is not. Just watch the entire video for my step-by-step instructions and helpful suggestions, and you'll find that your cake will turn out perfectly every time. For your convenience, the link to this recipe, which is formatted and printable, and the links to all the recipes, such as the raspberry seedless jam, are all posted in the description box. So go on there and click on the links. The macronutrient ratio for this raspberry ice cream Swiss roll cake is 5.8 to 1, with 5.4 grams of total carbs, 1.8 grams of soluble fiber, resulting in 3.6 grams of net carbs per slice. Before starting to make this cake, I strongly recommend that you make both my sugar-free sweetened condensed milk and my sugar-free raspberry seedless jam 1 or 2 days before you start making the cake. And please note, you really must make the seedless version of the raspberry jam to achieve the best and the smoothest ice cream texture. On the day that you want to make this Swiss roll, you can start by preheating your oven to 180 degrees Celsius or 360 degrees Fahrenheit. And also line a 30 centimeter by 42 centimeter or 12 inch by 17 inch baking sheet with parchment paper. Now that I've prepped the things I needed, let's make the sheet cake. I start by getting 2 bowls and separating my yolks into one bowl and egg whites into the other bowl. Set the bowl with the whites aside for a moment. And to the bowl with the egg yolks, I'm going to pour in my cream, my finely ground salt, my lemon zest, and vanilla. Then whisk everything to combine. After which, place a fine mesh sieve over your mixing bowl and toss in the almond flour. Then use your fingers or a whisk to sift this almond flour. When it's all sifted, stir to combine and set this bowl aside for a moment. In a second bowl, or your stand mixer bowl, which is what I'm using, where I've put all my egg whites into, in that bowl I'm also going to pour in my lemon juice. Starting on low speed, I'm going to whisk the whites until they're frothy and the volume has increased. At which point I begin to spoon in the confectioner or powdered sweetener, and do so a little at a time as you continue whisking and you've used up all your sweetener and your meringue is at a stiff peak stage. And how you can test for that is scoop out a dollop of meringue, turn your spoon upside down, and if it doesn't slide off like this, it's perfect. Now I'm going to get a big scoop of my whipped whites and drop it into the bowl with the yolk mixture and whisk or stir vigorously to loosen the mixture. To combine everything, I'm going to pour this yolk mixture into the bowl with the rest of the whipped egg whites. Use a balloon whisk, or as I'm doing, the whisk attachment to my stand mixer, and gently fold to combine. As you're folding, try not to deflate the egg whites. This is all that you need to do for the batter. So now pour this batter mixture onto the parchment lined baking sheet. Use your spatula to spread the batter to all corners and to make sure that you have a nice even layer. Also, lightly shake the pan to release the surface bubbles. Place your tray in the middle position of your preheated oven and bake for 10 minutes. Test to make sure your cake is done, and if needed, bake only for 2 more minutes, no longer. Then remove the sheet pan from the oven. Because the sheet cake is very fragile just coming out of the oven, I'm going to place a tea towel over the cooling rack, and holding both the tea towel and the cooling rack, place it on top of the cake, and in one careful turn, flip it upside down. As you can see, the parchment lining is now on top. So take a hold of the parchment at one end and very carefully peel it off. This will be the inside portion of your cake. Then take a hold of your tea towel and loosely guide to roll the cake in the tea towel to make a log. Leave it wrapped in the tea towel and let it rest until the cake is completely at room temperature. And while this Swiss roll is cooling in the tea towel, you have plenty of time to make the no machine raspberry ice cream filling, which is a very easy recipe. Begin by getting a clean mixing bowl to which you're going to pour in your whipping cream and vanilla and whip to a very light peak stage. I should have mentioned, before you start making the cake, you should take both the sweetened condensed milk and the raspberry jam out of the fridge to get to room temperature. So now you'd get your room temperature sweetened condensed milk and pour it on top of the whipped cream, and also transfer the raspberry jam to this bowl. Having done that, whip at low speed until all these ingredients are combined. Because I'm making this cake for a special occasion and I have found that the pink is just a little bit too light, I'm going to add a bit of Wilton Red gel food color, just a little bit. This step is optional, but I really like that little extra color. And then continue whipping, but as you're whipping, please keep an eye on the texture of the whipped cream. At this point, it'll come together very quickly, and you do not want to over whip. That's because if you over whip, the cream will become buttery, and that'll completely ruin the ice cream texture and flavor. Because my Swiss roll is still quite warm, I'm going to cover the bowl with a lid and place the bowl in the refrigerator until I need it a little later. It's now about an hour later, and I'm ready to assemble my cake. I'm going to begin by gently, with no pressure, unroll the cake. Because this cake wants to re-roll, I'm going to use 2 forks to keep one end open. I'm using the forks because it puts very minimal pressure on that end. And then on the other end, I'm going to use my microplane, put just on the edge across the length to keep that end open. I'm very sorry, I seem to have lost the video portion where I took the no machine raspberry ice cream and spread it over the surface of the cake. As you can see, I covered the entire surface of the cake. It's quite important that you smooth out the surface, and most importantly, that your entire layer of this no machine ice cream is an even thickness. That's because once you re-roll it, you want it to form a nice, consistent. This will make the re-rolling much easier and your results better. To even the surface of the ice cream layer, I'm using a bench scraper, and that's because I find it works better than my offset spatula in this situation. And to re-roll, get a hold of your towel and starting at one end, use your towel to help start the rolling process. And using your towel, try to apply gentle, even pressure as you roll. If the center of this roll is bulging out, you may need to squeeze just a little bit more at that point. Then just continue using the towel to help you roll until you get to the other end. To ensure that my Swiss roll will stay moist, I placed a sheet of parchment paper on top of my towel and wrapped my cake in the parchment. Next, I wrapped the roll in cling wrap, making sure I seal the cake fully. Transfer the Swiss roll onto some sort of tray and place it in your refrigerator, leaving it there for several hours. But for best results, I like to leave it overnight. This helps the ice cream to set and for all the flavors to develop. When it's time to serve, all you have to do is unwrap your Swiss roll and cut 1 inch or 2.5 centimeter thick slices. But I recommend you only cut the pieces that you need and want to serve at that time. Then rewrap and refrigerate whatever portion of the cake you have not used. It will keep in this way for several days. Alternatively, cut the rest of the cake and place into an airtight container, putting a piece of parchment to separate each of the slices. This will make it much easier to take out one at a time, or however many you need. Then label and date your container and place in your freezer. These slices, if stored properly, will last for several months. To use your frozen cake, simply take it out of the refrigerator and let the slices thaw on your counter. By freezing, you will have a bit of cake whenever you have a craving. The last thing I'm going to do before signing off is to take one of these slices and enjoy it with my coffee. If you have a moment, please let me know what you think of this recipe and what kind of desserts you like to serve for Easter or your special holiday. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch my video. I really appreciate it. Please come back when I make my next post. In the meanwhile, I wish you much love, health, and happiness. Cheers!